Have you ever had a gut feeling about someone, a strange, unsettling vibe that made you uneasy, but you couldn't quite explain why? Maybe it was a coworker, a friend, or even a family member. Something about them just felt off. You see, true evil doesn't always come in the form of a horror movie villain. More often than not, it wears a mask of charm, deception, and manipulation. These people blend into everyday life, hiding their true nature behind a well-crafted illusion. But if you pay close attention, the signs are always there. Evil has a way of revealing itself in the smallest details, through patterns of behavior, subtle actions, and the way they make you feel when you're around them. In this video, we're exposing 9 evident signs that an evil person is standing right next to you. If any of these hit close to home, you might be dealing with someone whose intentions are far more sinister than they appear. Ready? Let's get into it. One of the clearest signs that you're dealing with an evil person is their complete lack of remorse. A normal person feels guilt when they hurt someone, even if it's unintentional. They may apologize, try to make amends, or, at the very least, acknowledge their wrongdoing. But an evil person, they feel nothing. They can lie, cheat, manipulate, and destroy lives without a second thought. If you confront them, they won't apologize sincerely. They might deflect, blame you, or even laugh it off. This is because, deep down, they don't believe they've done anything wrong. They don't feel regret because they lack the basic human empathy that makes people care about how their actions affect others. Even worse, if they do show emotion, it's often fake, designed to manipulate you into thinking they have a conscience when, in reality, they don't. Watch how they react when they've clearly hurt someone. Do they brush it off? Do they blame the victim? Or worse, do they enjoy it? That's a chilling sign that you're standing next to someone truly dangerous. Evil people are master manipulators. They twist words, distort reality, and play mind games to control those around them. They don't argue to find the truth, they argue to win, no matter how much deception it takes. Gaslighting is one of their favorite tools. They make you doubt your own memories, question your sanity, and feel like the bad guy even when you've done nothing wrong. Have you ever caught someone in a blatant lie only for them to turn it around on you? That's manipulation at its finest. They guilt trip, exaggerate, and twist your emotions until you start second-guessing yourself. And here's the scariest part, they do it without remorse. They don't care about fairness or honesty. Their only concern is getting what they want, whether it's power, control, or simply the satisfaction of breaking someone down. If you find yourself constantly confused, emotionally drained, or questioning your own reality around a certain person, take a step back. You might just be in the presence of someone truly dangerous. Most people feel discomfort when they see someone else in pain. Whether it's physical suffering, emotional distress, or even just an awkward situation, a normal person's instinct is to help, sympathize, or at the very least feel uneasy. But an evil person, they enjoy it. They may not always show it openly, but deep down, they take satisfaction in seeing others struggle. Have you ever met someone who smirks when someone else fails? Or someone who seems to get a kick out of humiliating others? That's not normal behavior. That's a red flag. Evil people thrive on chaos, and they often go out of their way to create it. They spread rumors, sabotage relationships, and stir up drama just to watch the destruction unfold. They might even provoke others into emotional outbursts just so they can sit back and enjoy the show. This isn't just cruelty, it's calculated sadism. If someone in your life seems to always be at the center of conflict, hurting others with a disturbing sense of satisfaction, run, because you're standing next to someone truly wicked. Lying is second nature to an evil person. They don't just lie to cover their mistakes. They lie because they can. It's their way of controlling the narrative, twisting reality, and keeping people in a constant state of confusion. Unlike an ordinary liar who might fib to avoid trouble, an evil person lies effortlessly, shamelessly, and without hesitation. They can weave intricate stories, maintain multiple facades, and manipulate people with a level of deception that's deeply unsettling. What's worse is that they lie even when there's no reason to. It's not just about self-preservation, it's about dominance. They want to control what you believe, what you think, and how you perceive them. And if you ever catch them in a lie, they won't admit it. Instead, they'll double down, gaslight you, or shift the blame onto you or someone else. They rewrite history to suit their needs, making it nearly impossible to trust anything they say. If someone in your life lies compulsively, especially when the truth would have worked just fine, take that as a serious warning sign, because when the truth means nothing to them, neither do you. Have you ever spent time with someone who left you feeling completely exhausted, even if you barely spoke? Evil people have a way of sucking the life out of you without you even realizing it. It's not always through direct conflict or arguments. Sometimes it's their mere presence, their negativity, or the way they twist conversations to make everything about them. They thrive on control, and one of the ways they assert dominance is by draining you emotionally, mentally, and even physically. These people are known as emotional vampires. They create stress, tension, and chaos wherever they go, leaving others feeling overwhelmed and depleted. Maybe they always bring up drama, force you into uncomfortable situations, or constantly demand your attention without giving anything in return. Even when you try to distance yourself, they pull you back in with guilt, manipulation, or sudden moments of fake kindness. But make no mistake, this is just another one of their tactics. If someone always leaves you feeling drained, like you're walking on eggshells around them, it's time to cut them off before they drain you completely. Evil people rarely take responsibility for their actions. Instead, they have a remarkable talent for twisting the truth to make themselves look like the victim, even when they are the ones causing harm. No matter how much damage they inflict, they always find a way to shift the blame onto someone else. They manipulate facts, rewrite history, and distort reality so convincingly that even the real victim starts questioning themselves. Have you ever confronted someone about their toxic behavior, only for them to turn it around and accuse you of being the problem? That's their strategy. They use guilt as a weapon, making you feel like you're overreacting, misremembering events, or even acting unfairly toward them. They might cry, exaggerate their suffering, or gather sympathy from others to make you look like the aggressor. This isn't just dishonesty. It's a deliberate attempt to control the situation and escape accountability. If someone never takes responsibility and constantly plays the victim while hurting others, it's a clear sign of malicious intent. Pay close attention to their patterns, because sooner or later, they'll turn their twisted version of the truth against you. Evil isn't always obvious. In fact, some of the most dangerous people hide behind a charming, friendly facade. They know how to say the right things, wear the perfect smile, and act like they care, but it's all a calculated act. Their kindness isn't genuine. It's a tool to gain trust, lower defenses, and manipulate people into letting them in. These people are experts at mirroring others, pretending to share your values, interests, and emotions just to make you feel comfortable around them. But behind the mask, they are cold, calculated, and ruthless. They don't build real relationships. They collect people like pawns, keeping them close only as long as they're useful. The moment they no longer benefit from you, their true colors begin to show. Watch for inconsistencies in their behavior. Are they overly friendly one day and completely dismissive the next? Do they act differently around different people? Do their words feel scripted, like they're saying what you want to hear rather than what they truly feel? These are all signs that their niceness is a performance, one designed to manipulate, not to connect. And when the act drops, you'll see the real them. And trust me, you won't like what's underneath. A truly evil person will never celebrate your success. In fact, they might pretend to support you, but deep down, they want to see you fail. Why? Because your success threatens them. It exposes their insecurities, their lack of effort, and most importantly, their inability to manipulate you. Have you ever shared good news with someone only to feel an odd sense of tension? Maybe they gave a fake smile, a half-hearted congratulations, or quickly changed the subject. That's because your success makes them uncomfortable. They might even try to downplay your achievements, mock your goals, or subtly discourage you. Instead of uplifting you, they plant seeds of doubt, making you question whether you deserve your success at all. But it gets worse. If they see an opportunity to sabotage you, they will take it. Whether it's spreading rumors, withholding support, or manipulating others against you, they will do whatever it takes to bring you down. This is not just jealousy, it's malicious intent. The moment you realize that someone in your life is actively rooting against you, cut them off immediately. Because no matter how long you've known them, a person who enjoys your failures is not your friend. Evil people don't just ruin relationships. They leave destruction wherever they go. If you look closely, you'll see a pattern. Ex-friends who no longer speak to them, family members who keep their distance, and a history of damaged relationships filled with betrayal, manipulation, and hurt. Everywhere they go, they leave behind people who are emotionally drained, mentally broken, or deeply wounded. And yet, they always play the victim, claiming that everyone else was the problem. They will tell you stories about how they were wronged, how people turned against them, or how they were forced to cut people off. But pay attention. If someone has a long list of enemies and toxic ex-friends, the real problem might be them. These people never change because they don't believe they need to. They move from one victim to the next, repeating the cycle of deception, control, and destruction over and over again. But here's the good news. You don't have to be their next victim. The best way to deal with an evil person, cut them out of your life completely. No explanations, no second chances. Just walk away. Because at the end of the day, keeping evil people around will only destroy you. Evil doesn't always show itself in obvious ways. It can be hidden behind a charming smile, a fake friendship, or even a seemingly kind gesture. But if you pay attention to the patterns, you'll start to see the truth. If someone in your life shows these 9 signs, don't ignore them. Protect your energy, trust your instincts, and don't be afraid to walk away. Now tell me, Have you ever encountered someone like this? Which of these signs have you seen in people around you? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and if you found this video eye-opening, make sure to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications, because protecting yourself from evil starts with awareness.